Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again. Finally back home, man. Um, it's been a crazy weekend, fun weekend, but I'm back home now finally. And I did see a little bit of the game yesterday. Well, I had to replay the beginning of the game. I saw the shellacking thereof. I missed the first quarter when the game was originally on last night. Um, and then I saw the rest of it live, and then I went back and saw the first quarter later. Um, just some quick things about the game. In the beginning, it looked like a game that was going to be go back and forth. Cowboys got up 14. They allowed um, the Colts to score two touchdowns, and pretty much that was it. They did that. They kicked the field goal. They got up to 19, and you know what? That was all the points they scored. And then here you go. Dallas Cowboys get on the run. I mean, pretty much after halftime, that was when the Cowboys defense kicked it into gear. It was a very defensive game. Although the offense did score 7 touchdowns, and pretty much every time they got in the red zone, they got something. Because we didn't kick any field goals in the game, so everything was extra points by Brett Maher. But when you look at the stats based on the points, the game kind of don't make sense. It's like I've never seen a team struggle and still blow out another team, because it looked like in the beginning or towards the stretch of the game we were kind of struggling a little bit, and then next thing you know, boom, they just started ramping on defense, getting forced fumbles, getting interceptions. Um, Deron Bland had 2 interceptions. Malik Hooker got an interception against his old team, and he also had basically a scoop and score, a fumble return for a touchdown as well. So shout out to Malik Hooker. You know what I mean? Like getting that against his old team, like that was, I'm pretty sure it was euphoria for him, coming out there and playing like that. But shout out to Deron Bland, man, rookie slot corner playing like that. Unfortunately, we did lose Anthony Brown for the season. I know those of you that don't like Anthony Brown anyway are probably happy that other people are getting the opportunity to take over for him. But um, I don't think Kelvin Joseph is the answer, though. Me personally, I'm not a big Kelvin Joseph fan, but although it is what it is. People say this about Anthony Brown, they say that about Anthony Brown, but I mean, he's to me he's been solid. I mean, he's not great. I mean, obviously, this coaching staff thinks something of him because he's been the starter beside Trayvon Diggs. Now, when you look at this game, the shellacking thereof, the ass whooping there was 54-19. Um, Hell, even Malik Davis got a touchdown at the end of the game. And your boy Michael Gallup got his first multi touchdown game this season with 2. Excuse me. So again, the defense came and played. There's some things that we do have to clean up. We did do better in the penalties. You look at the Colts team; they're a disciplined team when it comes to not getting a lot of penalties. But for whatever reason, in this game we had less penalties than them, and this is from a team that is normally good at not getting that many penalties. But we were able to counteract that, and the Cowboys actually, did something, and they got the win, 9-3, and what the Eagles are 11-1. So what helps you is you're getting that win. The weird game of 2020 with the Giants and the Commanders, they're still both at 7 wins now. I mean, well, which is crazy because Now they have that tie, so that's just going to make this NFC East really weird when it comes down to crunch time. There's 5 more games left to go. We have the Texans next week, and I believe that we're like 16-point favorites in that game. That type of favor is like college level. So, I mean, it's probably next week will more than likely be another blowout. I mean, it could be like this. The Texans are one of those teams where they remind me they're not as good as the Colts, but they remind me of the Colts in a way of like that's a team that you can't like walk over because you give them the opportunity. Mills will throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like their running back will run the ball. So it's the same thing like with the Colts and Jonathan Taylor. They will get some points on you if you allow them to, if you let them stay in the game. Because I've seen Texans play this year where they had over 34 points a game. Um, Speaking of over 30 points a game, the Cowboys now are number one in the league with 30. What is it? 32. What is it? 32 points a game since Dak Prescott came back. This team has scored at least what 20, 25 points. Like we've been they've been doing a damn thing. Like you can say what you want about Dak and the interceptions and this and that, but look, there's greater quarterbacks that have more interceptions than he does. I don't really think that matters. Is to me, it's more so of what was your production in the league. We're number one in offense now since Dak came back from. Sorry, I lost my voice a little bit. But we've been number one. We literally been number one in offense since Dak Prescott has come back. I mean, we were barely scoring more than 20 points or more than 18 points in the game with Cooper Rush because Cooper Rush doesn't necessarily give you that. Our defense just balled out for him. But the fact that we got over that hump with him and we're continuing to win, now we're 9-3 and trying to get to that point where we're going to the playoffs and playing so much better. So um, Dak has some things he's got to clean up. The offense has some things they have to clean up. Like this whole team has things they have to clean up in general. But so far in these games, they've had these slow starts. But then you look at it's like they go into halftime and they make those adjustments. These are things that we were not doing under Jason Garrett. Speaking of Jason Garrett said, and I quote, he said, Cowboys going to win this game by 40. And I'd be goddamned if they did. So that was one thing Jason Garrett said that was actual factual. So that being said, now going back to the Anthony Brown thing real quick. You would think that Kelvin Joseph would be the guy that would replace him because that was the guy that you drafted. Excuse me. Sorry. I told you guys that the Cowboys had a veteran cornerback on the practice squad that you guys forgot about. Forgot about Kendall Sheffield. Did y'all forget we had him on the practice squad? I bet you forgot that the Cowboys had signed a veteran cornerback a while back. Apparently, Mike McCarthy really likes this cornerback. If you don't know who Kendall Sheffield is, he's a former fourth round draft pick of the Falcons. He played under Dan Quinn when Dan Quinn was with the Falcons. So I think that it'd be more wise for them to replace on the outside, replace Anthony Brown with Sheffield, or give Kelvin Joseph, a couple of snaps there just to see how he does. But I wouldn't govern your life on Kelvin being there. I would rather have a veteran like Sheffield being there because Kendall Sheffield is a pretty good cornerback. I mean, he's not a whack guy. He can play. So put Kendall Sheffield out there and let's keep this ball going. Keep this ball rolling. I know we lost Jordan Lewis. I know we lost AB, but they can bring him up. They can go out and get another cornerback and put him on a practice squad or whatever. Just keep this thing churning. You got to keep it churning. You got to keep the roster churning. If you don't do that, because that's what good teams do. They churn the bottom side of their roster to help out with the top side because every player matters. DeRon Bland is not a starter. He's a rookie. But the fact that he's coming in there and now he has 3 interceptions in the season, that helps the team. So everybody plays their part, do their thing. This team will win definitely. But you know, after that 54 shellacking to the Colts, we're going to be playing the Texans this weekend coming up. So we'll be talking more about the Texans as the week goes by. But for now, enjoy that win. Victory Monday into Tuesday because I give the Cowboys 24 to 48 hours to wallow in their victory and then you get ready for the next week. And that's pretty much how that goes. But let me know what you guys think about the game. Let me know what you think about what the Cowboys are gonna do going forward, going into the playoffs, and things of that nature. But yeah. Let me know what you think about Kendall Sheffield taking over for Anthony Brown. I think that more probably what they would do. Oh, one more thing. Fun fact. Dak Prescott is now he has now surpassed both. Well, he's surpassed both Staubach and Danny White for touchdowns scored by a quarterback in Cowboys history. Now he has maybe I think 7 or 8 more to pass Troy Aikman, and he could definitely do that by the end of the season. It's 5 more games. You got the Texans next week. You might could get all those 7 next week, or whatever he needs to get past Staubach. I mean, Troy Aikman. I got to go back and look at the actual number of touchdowns that he needs to get to pass Troy Aikman, but nobody has more touchdowns at the quarterback position right now than your own Tony Romo. So he's got a lot because I think Tony Romo has 247 touchdowns, total touchdowns for the Cowboys, and Dak Prescott is literally like, yeah, he's got a little ways to get to Romo. He would have to spend the rest of his career to beat Romo, but he definitely could get past Aikman by the end of this season, if not next week. But with that being said, man, let me know what y'all think about the video, man. It's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real, man. Peace out.